Right, we're here with Brett Miller. He's just come in from America, ready for a week's hard racing in Victoria. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Brett. Where are you based?
Well, we flew in out of New York City. We're based out of the Meadowlands. We race only 2 nights a week at the Meadowlands, Friday and Saturday. And so this is kind of our downtime for us.
Yeah.
And here, actually, when we get back from Australia, we'll start up full time at a track called Chester and Pocono racetrack, and they're both in Pennsylvania, and the Meadowlands is in New Jersey. And sometimes we, some of the guys, myself and Yannick and Corey, we'll race at Yonkers in New York. So far this has been great. I've never been to Australia, and you guys got a beautiful country. I can't wait to race. Some of the things sound a little confusing when it comes to the racing, but
Hobble shortness, etc.
Yeah. But I can't wait to race.
It's good. We haven't had a run yet, but what do you make of the track so far?
So far, what I've seen of this track is very nice. This track actually reminds me a lot of Chester. Actually, the surface looks better than our racetrack at Chester. And there was a racetrack I raced at in Canada called Georgian Downs. And this track reminds me of Georgian Downs, almost like looking at the actual track, it looks like identical to a track called Georgian Downs in Canada.
Beautiful. So you've driven so many thousand winners. What are you up to now?
Just a little over 7,000.
A little over 7,000. Big effort.
But in the States though, like where I started out, I could race 15 races a night, 7 days a week. Yeah. So we get the opportunity to race a lot of races. So when you get to race a lot of races like that, it's definitely you definitely can rack up wins a lot easier than racing only a few days a week. But
so how many drives would you have a year?
It usually gets around close to 3,000.
3,000, yeah. See, I'd probably drive as much as anyone here, and I might have 1,400, 1,500.
Right, yeah. So I noticed that, the racing, back home, obviously we might race more, but, we do have some very small tracks, though. It's very nice here. I am very interested in, how the racing goes here, and definitely a little nervous on how to drive a horse here, that's for sure. I mean, I know it's a racehorse, and they're probably all the same everywhere, but yeah, I'm definitely a little nervous about racing.
Yeah, well, we probably race a lot closer here and more jammed up instead of like a little more single file like you do over there, but you'll get used to it pretty quick.
One of the questions I have for you that Tim Tetrick back home, when he tried explaining to me, there was like maybe if I got it down right, a push-out rule.
Yes, that's right.
And that I'm definitely confused on. I don't know how you do that.
There's a little marker over in the back straight on every track. It'll be a coloured pole or something, and if you're travelling on the inside of a horse and it's not going as well as you can just shove it virtually out of the way without breaking it up. You're right. As long as you don't cause it any interference. You're allowed to move them wider on the track.
And now the guy on the outside, does he kind of move over for you, or he can resist? He can resist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if he resists too much and breaks himself, he'll be in trouble. But if you come out and say contact their legs and brake, then you'll be in trouble. But usually, if it's wheel to wheel, straight out of the way. So yeah, it's a bit of an art, but you'll get used to it pretty quick.
Yeah. I know the first time there was a fella named Darren Binskin come over to Northfield Park when I was racing there, and obviously he was used to the push out, and when he came up to our track, that's how he raced. That's what he knew, and we were all like, whoa, this it was like really different for us.
It'd be a lot harder to push out in your carts though, because they're so much wider than ours, and the wheel would just hit the horse's legs or something like that, where ours are not quite so wide, and you can move them out of the way pretty good. Like I said, you'll get used to it pretty quick, and you'll be. I remember Jody Jamison and Timmy when they were in Sydney, and they got used to it pretty quick. And they go, oh, I like this push out rule. Don't have to get stuck in. So you're going to experience a lot of different weather this week. Today's pretty crap. Tomorrow at Echuca is supposed to be about 40, so you'll see Victoria 4 different seasons in one day as it is. But hope you have a great trip. Everything will work out right, and the race will be super.
Well, believe me, I feel blessed to be here. I just want to thank everybody for inviting me.
That would be a great series.